Hello. Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers, also for people who find themselves on this video without any Piscean nothing, and you're resonating. Okay, it doesn't matter what the title says. If the message resonates, it's for you. So let us get started. That's a lot of cards. Okay, I'll just pull a third. There we go. So there's a lot of energy that's kind of just making its way around town, and it's going to affect the way you live, the way you see the world, the way you interact with the world, the trajectory of your lessons. This energy is a very important type of energy. Very important type of energy. It is one that can either make you feel beyond empowered by recognizing it, or very small and powerless. Let me just get the other cards. It's a no makeup sort of day. Moisturizer and mascara. A little bit of lip gloss. And that's it. Moisturizer, mascara, and lip gloss. Let me just change this topic. Okay. Here's the 3 cards. 3 cards. Here we go. All right. Oh, 4. Okay. Here goes, guys. So, card number 14, Golden Crown. Your crown is on fire at this point. For many of you, this crown on fire moment has a lot to do with realizations about certain types of things, okay? These certain things that you're realizing, it's probably to do with what you are avoiding, the lessons, the connections, the yada, the things that you don't want to see, don't want to deal with. That is what's coming forward right now, okay? Whatever this is that you're trying to avoid, this is what you're going to be dealing with in the next 3 months. So card number 1, Awaken. You're going to go from a crown on fire, an activation between the third eye and the crown, to full on like, boo. You cannot deny the messages as they're coming through. You know, I know there is some stuff going on. There's really important lessons to take care of, and you can't avoid this anymore. Now, card number 12, your emotions are going to go back and forth with that swinging of the hair, the swinging of the emotions. This has a lot to do again with avoidance. Pisceans and empaths in general, we have a tendency to avoid the things that are uncomfortable. Okay. The things that are uncomfortable usually are the things that will help us to grow to higher levels of consciousness. Do you want to evolve? Do you want to evolve, or do you want to, stay where you're at? Are you satisfied with your life as it is right now? Or are you dissatisfied and you feel like you've failed repeatedly? And so now, because you think you've failed repeatedly, you don't want to try anything else because you're assuming you're going to fail again. What exactly did you fail? Did you fail to learn during that lesson? Whatever lesson it was that you lived through, maybe it's just a perception. Maybe it's what you think, and what you think isn't always what's actually happening. Okay. That's something you have to take in. What you assume to be happening is not always what's actually happening, especially when it comes to you. We're very good at being intuitive for other people, about other people. When it comes to us, when it comes to ourselves, there's usually a very high tendency for us to excuse away behaviors that are hurtful, harmful, to make excuses for ways in which people are not really treating us the best, in the way that we deserve. We are so good at making excuses for quite a few different things, and they're usually toxic things, toxic relationships, toxic friendships, toxic partnerships, business dealings, home environments, social environments. We're very good at making excuses for toxic things. It is not our job to filter and fix toxicity outside of ourselves. That's not our job. It is not your job to heal or save someone from themselves. They have to choose that. They have to choose that. And if they don't choose that, then they don't choose that. And you have to be okay with it. You cannot allow your love for someone's potentiality to override their sovereign free will to choose whether they will tap into that potentiality or not. Now, you have your own potentiality, and that's kind of what's swinging back and forth. This recognition of what your potential is, what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be living, what type of connections you're supposed to have. There's a lot of doubt in the air right now. There's a lot of insecurity. If we're going to be really honest, there's just some parasitic shit going around, and it attacks your sense of self first. It attacks your sense of self. It affects your emotional stability. It causes you to feel as though all you do is fail. It causes you to feel as though life in general just does not like you, does not love you, does not support you. It's a really ugly energy. And it's very ugly because of the fact that it's very hard for us to see beyond that game of like, I'm going to mess with your self-confidence, so that way you are already disempowering yourself before I even start to try to get in, because it doesn't breach you right away. It messes with the way you see yourself in your life. What are you going to do with that? Are you going to allow it, or are you going to recognize you have your own potentiality, you have your own things that you need to accomplish for yourself, these levels of growth that you need to go through, in order to learn these things. You have to be put in situations where you question yourself. So regardless of the malicious intent of parasitic things, it has the potentiality to grow you in ways that you never thought was possible. This is a period of accelerated growth. You have to feel your way through it. I mean, unless you can see energy at the level that this is happening. This is not low level frequency stuff. This is extremely high frequency, very high frequency. So unless you're able to see with truth the path that you're on, the details of the path, why it's unfolding the way it is, you're going to have to feel your way through. And if you can't reconcile how you feel regarding being able to feel, you're probably going to be severely affected by this. And this is not something that I personally can stop from happening at this point. Am I the source of it? No. I recognize what's going on. I absolutely recognize what's going on. And I admit to myself, this is not something I can stop. This is not something I can prevent other Pisceans, other empaths from experiencing. Those of us who need to experience this, we will. And those of us who experience this, unless you choose your growth, unless you choose to allow your eyes to be open to the truth of who you are in this moment and the potentiality of who you are becoming, it's going to affect you very negatively. Now, for some of us, this comes in the form of twin flames. Card number 13, power of attraction. So for those of us who are still looking outside of ourselves for who we are and what we are, and for someone else to define our life, our journey for us, there's a potential of like a false twin coming forward and just wreaking havoc on your life. But that's not going to happen unless you allow it. When you give someone else that kind of power, then you give them that power. You're giving them permission, authority to affect you in this way. So at this point, you're gonna have to like, what's going on? What's going on? Why am I allowing someone to get in my head in this way? Well, do you feel like you're a broken person? Do you feel like someone else can save you from yourselves? Like, if someone, a specific someone, maybe we don't even know who it is yet, but a specific someone, if they can find me, then they can heal me. No one else can heal you but you. This is evident in the medical field as well. There are cases of individuals who are diagnosed with failure to thrive. Why is that? They have the food, they have the medical care, they have shelter. Why are they failing to thrive? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, it is your decision whether you want to still be here or not. It really is. It's your decision. No one else has that kind of power over you. So if you're going to give someone that kind of power over you, I mean, have you even looked at the history of this individual? Because if you're having elective surgery, you're going to put your life in someone else's hands, a surgeon's hands. Don't you kind of have to look at their track record? Don't you have to kind of make sure they don't have any pending lawsuits for medical malpractice? Don't you have to do your due diligence to get to know at least a portion of this person's history before you hand your life over? And here's the thing, when we start using that term twin flame, twin ray, we all of that goes out the window. Any type of discernment, all of that, it all goes out the window. And now we're suddenly like helpless victims to our circumstance. Like, what is that? What is that? I don't think so. I don't think so. The only time I'm ever going to be helpless in this life is when I choose to be. When I choose to not see the type of gravity my decisions have on my personal life. When I choose to believe someone else knows me better than I know myself. When I choose to give someone the power to dictate to me how my life and my journey are going to go. That's the only time I'm going to feel very, very powerless, very, very small. And that's the only time my vulnerability can be used in a weaponized manner, can be used to harm me. Unless I choose to allow that, I mean, it's not to say I'm going to avoid every single circumstance. It is to say, whatever circumstance lands on my doorstep, I have the end say in that. I am the last person who gets to decide how that will affect me. People can say whatever they want. And they can feel badly for me. They can sympathize. They can this, they can that. But at the end of the day, unless I allow myself to believe that difficult, challenging situation has broken me, then no, I'm not broken. I may be exhausted. I may be frustrated. I may be this, I may be that, but I'm not broken. And I'm not going to stop. I may sit down, I may lay down, but I'm not staying down. And this is something you have to really allow yourself to feel your way through. Okay. The human mind will create so many different types of limitations just because it can. If we're really going to, look at things, I feel like the human consciousness is nothing more than a fucking overgrown bully. I mean, look at it. Whenever you feel small, why is it? Because your human consciousness has told you all sorts of fucked up shit about yourself. Whenever you feel like someone else can overpower you, why is that? Because you've listened to your human mind telling you you're less than someone else. It's a fucking bully. The human monkey mind is a bully. Why are bullies bullies? Because in some other aspect of their life, they are failing to thrive. They are at risk of no longer existing. At least that's what they feel. They feel afraid and frightened. And so they turn around and they find someone else who they think they can dominate, and they do this to them. Bullies are grown. They're taught. They are raised to be bullies. Let that sink in. They see this type of aggression and domination, attempt to dominate someone else in their home environment. And this is not to say that, oh, it's the parents' fault. No, no, no. Maybe when you were a child, but now that you're an adult, you take full responsibility for your decisions. You absolutely must take full responsibility for your decisions. Well, I mean, you can say that because, no, I'm a fucking bully too. Let me catch you picking on someone else. Let's see how that bully in me comes out. I will make you feel real fucking small. I will tear you the fuck down because nope, I'm not having none of that. Do I need to always bring that aspect of me out? No. No, I don't. Because now as an adult, I get to choose when I allow these distorted aspects of myself out of their cages. I choose that. I don't care what you do to me. At the end of the day, I choose that. If I allow that out, that's my decision. It's not my childhood. It's not you triggering me. It's a decision I made to exist in a way where I'm simply a reaction rather than a divine response. And divinity is not about enablement. It's not about, well, I'm divine, I'm evolved. So now I have to just be quiet because you're acting childish. I don't think so. The evolved part of me is going to be like, motherfucker, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I want to make sure I understand before I respond. What the fuck are you trying to tell me about me right now? And then I'm going to think about, do I need to respond to it? Do I need to explain myself to you? Do you even have the capability of understanding the differences between us? Is that something you're capable of doing? Because if not, I'm not wasting my fucking time on you. If this is a conversation we're about to have so we can better understand our differences, so that we can come together and kind of celebrate our diversity, that's one thing. If not, I'm going to follow my own rhythm. Card number 5. I'm going to follow my own rhythm. You don't get to tell me that I should be ashamed of my shadow aspects. You don't get to tell me that I have to dance in accordance with what you've choreographed. This is not your show. My life is my show. Your life is your show. You dance however you want. I can go ahead and be the most awkward dancer ever with no rhythm, can't find a beat, moving really, really weird. But if I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. I'm gonna enjoy it. And you have to begin expressing your authenticity in this way, where you're not trying to conform, you're not trying to use the right words, you're not trying to look any type of way. You're just being you, getting out of your own way and allowing yourself to feel your way through your own life song. Again, for some of us, we need to just dance. For others of us, we need to dance while we recognize there might be some shit going on. There might be some shit going on. I don't know. It's a weird feeling that I get. Card number 43, come to life. See there. There. You have Crow as soul on your shoulder, giving you messages from behind the veil. And then you have the human consciousness right there holding a pot of honey, telling you that you're just not enough. You're not enough. Life doesn't look sweet enough. There's not enough colors, just criticizing you and tearing you down and convincing you that you have to put some sugary coating. For what? To attract the ants? What is that? What is that for? Why do we have to do that? When you try to live in a way where everything is sugar coated, it might look good on the outside, but I promise you, that's how you bring all of these parasitic things towards you, because on the inside, you're really not that sweet and you know it. You know it. You trying to be something that you're not, which is this sugary sweet thing that lacks any real nutritious value. You know, like I don't need to be sweet. I used to feel like I had to be sweet, you know? I used to feel like I had to play this role of being very, very, very sweet. I do have sweetness in me, but not like that. Like, I don't want any sugar coating anymore. I've dealt with enough ants biting at me. I've dealt with enough other bugs trying to take parts of me. Why is that? because that's what you'll attract to you with that sugar coated exterior. That is what you'll attract. I would rather be who I actually am. And just because I don't have a shell doesn't mean shit. All it means is I'm no longer confined by that need to conform in order to look a specific way. I choose to see myself as like the most amazing chocolate bar that melts at the right temperature, where I can hold my shape. But if you hold me in warmth long enough, I'll just melt in your hands. I mean, there's just something so ridiculously sensual about that. I don't need to be an M&M. Like, y'all can do that on your own. Y'all can do that on your own. On your own. Y'all can get the shell and be a specific color and have a specific design stamped on you and blend right into everyone else. Perfectly fine with me. I want to be like that big ass bar of Toblerone. You know, it's like it's chocolatey, but it has these little nuggets of like, what the fuck is that? It's kind of sweet, but kind of not. It's kind of hard, but kind of chewy. And it leaves the person wanting more. Like, what is this? Have y'all ever had Toblerone? If you haven't, you really need to. I mean, it's not the best as chocolate, but there's something very fucking interesting about that. Very, very interesting about that. I'm just saying. Or chocolate covered gummy bears. If you've never had chocolate covered gummy bears, white chocolate covered gummy bear. I'm just saying. I am just saying. These are not things you're just going to find everywhere. These are things that, you know, maybe some shops. You know, let me not get into chocolate like that. I fucking love chocolate. Anyways, card number 11, metamorphosis. Power and strength lie within our surrender to change. Your rigidity, when it comes to your resisting change, is the very thing that's going to break you. That's what's being broken, your rigidity. When you allow yourself to be flexibly strong, where you're open to experiencing whatever you need to experience to become whoever it is you're becoming, the likelihood of you being broken is far less. 74% at 947, 11, 911. 292, 13, 4. Interesting. That God energy cradled by the goddess. 13, 9, 13. And then you have very, very interesting. Card number 34, circles. Clarity begins in the eye of the storm. All of us are experiencing personal storms at this point. It's fine. It's fine. There are those of us who don't like storms, like me. I'm still here. I'm still functional. I'm still finding so many reasons to smile every day. And so what? Because I don't like the storm, I'm less than? No. That means I'm recognizing what I like and what I don't like. And just because you like something or don't like something doesn't make you less than or more. Okay? It doesn't make you less than or more. Find yourself centered in the middle of your own life storms, receiving the truth as droplets of water. What if the storms of our life were really nothing more than the delivery system from which to receive droplets of truth that become an ocean of change? What if it's that? You know, what if it's something that we are taught we shouldn't want to experience that, because if we like that, then we're weird. Well, shit, I've always been weird. What's new? I've always been weird. The thing that caused me the most pain in my life is allowing my sense of weirdness, my uniqueness, to be seen by me with my eyes and my heart as some sort of handicap. My uniqueness doesn't cripple me. In a world full of people who seek to walk on two legs, my uniqueness gives me wings. Let that sink in. Let that really, really be absorbed into your heart, where you can recognize your uniqueness is the very thing that gives you the ability to fly above those who don't have wings. And that doesn't make you less than just because you have wings and they don't. All it does is make you different. And if this world is continuing to suffer and struggle by continuing to do the same old things over and over and over, creating the same old ideals that lead to the same old breakdowns, I mean, I'd say that you were the answer, that you and your existence outside of a box is the very solution. And all you have to do to implement this powerful solution is allow other people to witness you. Just letting people see you as you are, as you are. Not trying to play some role, not trying to, I'm valuable because this, I'm valuable because that. No, just being, letting people decide for themselves what type of value they see in you, why they see that value, how witnessing you will affect them in their life, and just leaving it at that. Whatever they think, whatever conclusions they come to about witnessing you and in your process, that's for them. But you stand secure in who you are, knowing that you're always changing, knowing that your energy will fluctuate. And in those fluctuations carries with it the potentiality of expansion of consciousness, just really allowing yourself to live, giving yourself permission to be. You're the only person that needs to give you permission. That is a fact of life. You are the only person that you need permission from. Everything else is a game of domination. Hey, my differences cause me to believe down to my core, you will not fucking dominate me. Not even after I've died. You will never dominate me. I don't give a shit how dirty I gotta fight, but you will never, ever, ever dominate me. That is my truth, and no one will shake me from it. And in that recognition that I don't have to fight in that way anymore because this is my truth, no one can shake me from my truth, I then free myself to fully live. I'm no longer existing in a perpetual state of fear where it's like, well, I gotta be, I gotta react like this, I gotta act like that, I gotta only be there, because people are gonna dominate me, they're going to subdue me, they're going to have their way with me and do things I don't want. Yeah, I don't care. Plot all you want. I don't give a shit. I am busy being a magnificent expression of divine truth. I'll deal your ass when I'm bored. I will deal with you when I am bored. And unfortunately for you, I'm never bored. I'm fully present in my life, too busy enjoying, relearning who I actually am to give a shit about you and your plotting. It's not going to work. And when you can allow yourself to enter into that state of like, you know what? You can try all you want. It's just not going to work. I don't have time for that. I'm sorry. I know you wanted me to sit here and watch and see if you're successful, but you'll never be successful when it comes to tearing me down. Because guess what? I don't even give you permission to enter into my workspace. I don't even notice you. And people might say, oh, that's so condescending. No, it's not. It's not. It's a declaration of my truth. Nothing enters my field or life without my permission. And you, sir, don't have my permission. Carry on, find another victim, because you won't find one here. How powerful is that? To be able to exist in that way. Well, but Emmie, there's people stronger than you. That has nothing to do with me. You're stronger than me. Good for you. I applaud you. Carry on. Has nothing to do with me. That's outside of my work field. You can be quadruple times more powerful, more intelligent, more pretty, more liked, more whatever, all of these insecurities that we have regarding other people. You could be all of that quadruple times more than me. Good for you. I'm happy for you. Carry on. Carry on. I'm the queen of my field. You're the queen of yours. Carry on. Carry on, powerful queen. You're just not a queen here. Here, there's only one queen. That's me. Powerful queens are not jealous of other queens. They have their own kingdoms they tend to. It's only the insecure wannabe queens who need other people to validate their queenhood. Oh, I don't need that. Oh, you don't appreciate me, you don't value. Oh, carry on. Good job. I'm glad I was a part of your process of learning to think for yourself. Your thoughts have nothing to do with me, my truth, and the way I experience that truth in my life. Carry on. Carry on. And that's not me waving you away. That's me wiping away the residue of your insecurity that you try to insert into my field. Just washing it away with winds of I don't give a shit. So, card number 7, distorted perceptions. Reality is rarely what we are raised to believe it is. However it is you see yourself, it's probably not who you are. Okay? It's probably not who you are. I was raised to see myself in a specific way, and that I am here to achieve specific things and enable specific types of behaviors, all of this stuff, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, no. No, carry on. That's how I see life. No, carry on. My mom used to tell me I was too independent for my own good. And I used to say, and she wanted to slap me too. She never got to. My mom's never slapped me, but she'd always tell me, I'll slap you. And I was like, no, you won't. She used to tell me I was too independent for my own good. And I used to tell her, so did you want me to be weak? Was that your goal? To raise a weak woman? I'm sorry, but you failed at that. She got really mad when I said that to her. You should have kept me in my home country if you wanted me to be raised weak. And unfortunately, I didn't have anyone present as a child to constantly program me to believe I was weak. She got really mad when I said that to her. It's the truth. It's the truth. When you put a child in an environment where they have no other option but to be fucking strong, I'm sorry, but they're going to be strong, stronger than what you can comprehend. And that's not my problem. And some people might be like, whoa, that's fucked up. Damn, that's so sad. There's nothing sad about it. It's a beautiful part of my history, because if I didn't have that as part of my history, I wouldn't be sitting here right now owning my fucking truth like it's an amazing thing, because it's an amazing thing. I didn't have someone present to tell me that, oh, your childhood was fucked up. Really? It prepared me for life. What's fucked up about it? Because I didn't have some sort of like Leave It to Beaver childhood? I mean, Leave It to Beaver got canceled after a certain period. Yeah, I'm not canceled, and I can never be. Is it because yada yada? No, it's because I'm not playing by your game. You can't negate something you don't even understand. And that's the beautiful thing. When you are different, when you are weird, people don't understand you. And that's why they need you to negate yourself, because they could never do it on their own. But if you don't give your permission, if you allow yourself to feel your way through your own journey and recognize this whole time, what you thought was like some sort of prison seat, that's actually your fucking throne. Put your crown back on your head and keep going. Just because someone else doesn't appreciate your seat, I mean, why would I worry about the opinions of peasants who have no seat? I don't. And anyone who seeks to override your truth, to dominate you, they're nothing more than fucking peasants. Harsh thing to say, but it's the truth. Because a true royal knows, by virtue of their birth, they are a fucking royal. And nothing anyone says can take away from that. My royalty runs through my blood. That's a good place to stop. Amen, girl. Shots fired. 50 cal Beowulf. Hello. I'm not allowed to talk about that. Yeah. No, I tried to go to the shooting range nearby. Apparently they shut it down for snow. And I'm like, we got snow boots. Bullets don't care about snow. Yeah, no, they shut it down. So we have to find an indoor range, hopefully somewhere nearby. All right, guys, I got to get going. Have an amazing rest of your day. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Also, if you haven't already, please go to the link in the pinned comment. That's the link for my brother's GoFundMe. It's okay if you're not able to donate, but if you could please share. We appreciate so deeply not just donations of any amount, but also the sharing of that campaign. We're very close. I gotta go, guys. Sessions are starting. Bye.